us.
Amen to that.
So, I thank you very much. God bless all of you. And thank you.
We can do better than that. Please let us hear one more time. We can do better than that. Now, for those of you who do not know, Super Tope is in the house. Super Tope. Super Tope. Okay. So, I believe so many things have been said that is going to lead us smoothly into the second part in the afternoon. So many things. Do not forget where you're coming from. Make sure you're making an impact. And that is why we are here. So the second part is really when we all will have a chance to say, okay, this is what I think, this is what I want us to do, and I agree, I don't agree. There's nothing wrong with not agreeing with everybody. You know, I was once told that if you have a friend and he or she always agrees with you, dump them. Seriously. Because nobody can agree with you all the time. And if you have a friend who is really a friend, there will be a moment he'll tell you, Jack, Oi, Papon, eso no es así. Okay? So we are going to have an open forum. You know, Dr. Sai is here. He's going to, you know, take all the points and everything, the schedule, and we will make sure when we leave. I said on the radio, I said, if we leave here without marching orders to really march towards something effective, la próxima no me verán. I'm very serious. So I'm expecting that we will leave here with marching orders, with time commitment, with exact, precise projects, with tags. And then when we meet again, we say, we said we're going to do this. We did it, or at least we started. Okay? All right, so let's get back to the program. Exciting, because for lack of communication, you know, countries have gone to war. You know, marriages have been broken for lack of communication. You know, people have been maimed. People's life has been changed for the positive or negative because of communication. So please, you are here today, and we want to hear from everybody. Everybody, you cannot say, oh, me, I also went and they said something. No, 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 no. We want to know what you heard and what you don't agree or agree with. B. Moses is in the house. Black Mose from Jamaica. Okay, so as I was saying, we are a proud people. We have in our midst Dr. Hannah Bisiu. And when we heard that she has been nominated by President Atta Mills, we were very encouraged. And everybody said, wow, at least that's what I said. I said, wow, this tells you that things are really changing. Because normally when you look at the spectrum of Ghanaian leaders, if you are not maybe older than 45, or you don't have a certain last name, it becomes difficult. You guys, and I said, this is awesome. Hannah is scheduled for a governmental duty. And when she was extended the invitation, she rescheduled. She's supposed to have left on the 5th, which is today. But she said, no, I'm going to reschedule. You know, and when you reschedule a flight, it's not just time, but it's money. And right now, everything is money. And we're going to be talking about that. You know, she could have said, guys, I'm sorry, next time. But she's here. You know, and she's here because she believes we are at a point.
I wish all of you. Also wish to express my deepest gratitude for your kind invitation and the very warm reception you have accorded me to the annual general meeting of the Esbecans in diaspora. Mr. President, over the last couple of months, the people of Ghana have breathed a sigh of relief, having gone through the most competitive electioneering process in the history of our dear country. Despite the heightened tension, the people of Ghana chose peace over acrimony and gave the mandate to the National Democratic Congress, i.e. the NDC, and under the leadership.
I want to say congratulations, and we're happy about you. We thank you for your advice. We thank you for the information you have provided us about what we've been able to accomplish in Ghana so far. I cannot mention everything, but I know you mentioned it, Mr. Jeku mentioned it. It all comes to unity, hard work, good communication, and we can all reach far. No matter how tough the situation is, we can all work together if we communicate one another's needs to each other. Mr. Jeku, we're very thankful to have you in our midst and for your advice. You saw some of us grow. We didn't have teeth. We didn't even know how to dress. And you will call us and say, what happened to your dress? You could have ironed it a little bit, but your love was unconditional. And we know that when we called on you to join us for today, you didn't hesitate to come in. We're very thankful.
A group of people here in the U.S., let's take the Jewish community in the U.S. Okay, it's probably the strongest community financially, politically, everything here. And the reason that is true is because of networking. Okay, you might have something that I don't have. I mean, all our speakers have touched on these very, very important points. I mean, yes, if it comes to, let's say, healthcare politics, I can contribute something. But when it comes to my rain goddess, I'm lost. Okay, so I have to basically lean on somebody. When it comes to food processing and frozen foods and I have an idea, I'm stuck. So I can lean on somebody. So that is the reason why we have to network. Okay, we have to talk to each other. We have to know. Somebody even suggested on the website people listing their fields of expertise, where they are, etc. We've always been shy about those things. I mean, obviously, when we were in Bentidos and you had people like Senior Saw and Evans Nye, you're scared that the next thing you say, either a guy name is coming out of it or something. But we've gone past that. I mean, obviously, we still joke around, and we have to break that ice. So I think this is a great forum. I was telling somebody yesterday that we have actually reached a critical point. Okay, we are about to break out. Now, are we going to implode or we're going to explode? Are we going to actually make a positive impact or we're going to make a negative impact? And internally, we have conflicts that we have to resolve. And the only way we can resolve those conflicts and come to a single ground is by talking about it, is by discussing it, is by saying the way you feel about it. And eventually, once everything is on the table, and we get moderate responses like this from the government, it is encouraging, okay? Acknowledgement. I mean, when you study psychology, one of the biggest things about conflict resolution is acknowledgement. When you are not being acknowledged, you always bear grudge. So I think that is a good starting point, and I thank you, Hannah, for actually being brave enough to touch the issue. And not only so, but basically being moderate. Sangbejis wants food. I don't see food here. Are we eating here or somewhere? Right here. Right here. Okay, so I can see. Now, I'm not going to bore you guys, but this afternoon we're going to do a piece on networking. And since the Honorable Minister is with waters and stuff, I can probably share a story or two. Will you be here in the afternoon? Sure. So we'll share a story or two about same thing. Ideas are there, trying to work together, hit a roadblock. But that's where networking would have probably helped us make a positive impact in the rural areas in Ghana. So without much ado, I turn the floor back to the MC, and then we'll see you after lunch. Thanks.
Thank you, guys. Come on, let's do better, guys. I know you're hungry, but come on, you can do better than that. Actually, you know, the good thing is you can always go back, you know, Sankofa, you know? You can always go back and correct yourself. Dr. Sai happens to be the vice president of the Esbecan diaspora, and I forgot that in the excitement. So the man who just left here is it. Okay, I want to say something. If you should just get up and look under your chair, you might be a winner of a laptop, a gateway laptop. There's a winning ticket. There's a winning ticket. Okay, that is a joke, guys. It's a joke. Oh man, I can't. That's a joke. For a while, so we had to just, shake up a little bit, So we are waiting for the phone, and it's coming. We're gonna put some music, and just everybody to relax. We are getting there. Yes. By the way, guys, we are reconvening exactly at what time is it? It's going to be a little.
And I'm Lawrence Samoa. Yes. Lawrence Samoa in Virginia. Yes.
The name again?
Lorenzo, alias Speedy.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
Whoa, whoa.
Starting from table number 1. Yay! Nada.
Let's go around.
Can I say something? A.K.A. Eva, Cindy. I remember those ladies without Okay, table number. Okay, anybody in the back?
No, nobody from.
All right, Eva from home. Where? New York.
Canguro.
A.K.A. Plagamala.
Oh!
So you are going to have a situation where people are paying today. If you're going to wait for this money, that will get that. I mean, that will last. So the most important thing is that let us learn as a presentation to the federal government. If the deadline at the end of March, if a good percentage of claimants pay at the end of March, then we can get it done.
Do you know I caught them with the scissors?
When we came here, John came, from the community and everything. And the first thing they told us, they need a deposit. There was no money at all in the account.
You want me to let the
They give
residents free?
you just $20 and we're not paying. So to avoid all this, somebody is organizing the next one in New York, and the person doesn't have money to spend. The best option is that we go.
Well, they keep the zero, but they don't.
Incorporated as Esbecan Diaspora Inc. In compliance with Chapter 617 of the non-profit statutes of this country. The principal business and mailing address is my home business address. Actually, it's probably up for grabs wherever we deem is the right place to get correspondence. We're not doing too much correspondence now, so it's not a big deal. It's just important to be, in order to be up to date with registering with the state and maintaining the organization active. They usually send reminders every year for payment of the annual fees to be an incorporated non-for-profit in the state of Florida. The purpose, okay, that we put on our articles of incorporation mirrors our mission statement, and I'm going to read it out if you've not seen it on the internet. So it says, Esbecan Diaspora is an independently chartered non-profit organization of all Ghanaian alumni of the Cuban Scholarship School System. The purpose of the organization is to foster communication amongst alumni, share resources and expertise, assist members in need, and to support infrastructural, health, and educational development in Ghana. The organization hopes to achieve its mission through charitable initiatives. The organization will also engage in projects that would promote the financial stability and economic prosperity of all members. So this is actually our official mission statement and the purpose of incorporation. Obviously, we can edit it, update it, amend it as we grow as an organization. By bylaws, we had to elect members, and luckily we had done that already in Atlanta when we met for our 25th anniversary. Article 7 basically says we are incorporated, we are organized, and just block out the kids. The corporation is organized and operated exclusively for charitable purposes within the meaning of Section 501c3 of the Internal Revenue Code. Now, that is the way we incorporated it. Because we have a balance sheet shows a balance of less than $25,000, we really don't have to file any financial report with the state. But once we hit the 25, with the IRS, sorry, once we hit 25,000 or more, then we'll have to start worrying about that. The other thing too is we have to apply for tax exempt status. That's a whole different procedure. And although right now we are chartered as 501c3, it's hard for people to donate money. But once the IRS sends us a letter of tax exemption, then we can announce ourselves as a corporation that is tax exempt. So that when people who live in the United States donate money to us, they can write it off on their taxes. Right now, we can't do that officially, but once we go through that process, we'll be able to deduct a lot of those things from our taxes for those who live here. And basically, in a nutshell, well, let me read Article 8 because it's important. It says, no part of the net earnings of the corporation
shall inure to the benefit of the distributable to its members, trustees, officers, or other private persons, except that the corporation shall be authorized and empowered to pay reasonable compensation for services rendered and to make payments and distributions in furtherance of the purposes set forth in Article 3 thereof. No substantial part of the activities of the corporation shall be the carrying on of propaganda or otherwise attempting to influence legislation, and the corporation shall not participate in or intervene in, including publishing or distribution of statements, any political campaign on behalf or in opposition to any candidate for public office. Notwithstanding any other provisions of these articles, the corporation shall not carry on any other activities not permitted to be carried on A, by a corporation exempt from federal income tax under Section 501(c)(3) of the IRS, or the corresponding section of any future federal tax code. Now, in a nutshell, what it says is we're not a political organization. So we can't officially campaign for a candidate. What we can do is we can endorse a candidate. We can say, yeah, we endorse you, or we endorse this A or Z, but we can't.
I have a direct knowledge of what they do. They are so strong that what they do is whenever, at least those in South Carolina, whenever a new Indian comes to South Carolina, without sweating, you are giving $10,000 and giving 5 years to put it back into the kiddie box. Okay? So, whenever an Indian, independent of whether you are a Hindu, you are a Shiite, or whatever, you join the association and they give you this money. Why? Because as you come in fresh from India, you need to get your roots down before you can do this. Okay? Some of you know about other things. You know, when we were in Cuba, we used to do susu. You remember that? When we get the 25 pesos, 5 people will put it together and give it to one person. Yeah. And then, you know, I'm not saying this is what we're going to be doing, but please, those of you who have pens, I want you to take your pen out right quick. We're going to be doing some very little arithmetic right quick. Pen and a paper. Let's do that right quick, please. Please, let's do that. Yeah. Because I want you to write these things down and so you see. Okay. Thank you very much. I'm very happy that everybody is willing to participate because it's going to benefit all of us. I'm going to show you how beneficial and how the power that we have that we might even realize this. Okay. Now, if I ask you this, guys, please let's all participate in this. If I want you to write me a check for $250,000 right now, how many of you can do that? Raise your hand. Okay, good. Sly Stone can do that. Okay. Mr. Amon can also do that. Excellent. Good. Now, if I want $150,000, how many of you guys can write a check for me? $150,000, yes. No. I'm starting right up there. How many of you can do that for me right now? Okay, so, you know, people say, is this guy crazy? Where is he leading? Individually, when you sort it out one by one, we become wanted. It becomes very, very disabling. You know, of course, we find ourselves in places where we are able to take care of our own business. Now, a lot of us want to do things, we want to help people, but you can never help anybody. If you want to give somebody a loaf of bread, one thing is first you have to know how to bake bread, or you should have a loaf of bread in your hand. Okay? And so what am I trying to say? All what our executives told us is very, very awesome, but we cannot continue to say, hey guys, one of us is in trouble, and so we want to do this. The only time we can respond with a rapid fire is having something in our pocket. So what do I mean? You remember I told you $250,000? Okay, now let's do this. Let's say there was a total about 1,400 Esbecans that went to Cuba, right? Now, when you go to Esbecan.com, about 400 people have registered. Okay, so forget about that. Now let's do this. Write this number down. 200. Write 200 down, please. You done? Okay. Now multiply this 200. Okay. You ready? I know some people have Excel, so it's going to be faster that way. Multiply this 200 by 250. So you wrote 200, forget about the 2 zeros, 250, forget about the zeros, so you have 2 times 25, which is 50. And now bring all those 2 zeros, put them back together. 50,000. 50,000? So you put 200, right? The 200, who is that? The 200 is you and I in here, and then the extra other people who are out there who are not here. Now, what is that 250? It's a one-time payment, $250, one-time payment. And I like the face that Evelyn has on her face. She's like, you know, what is that for?
Money.
That is money. $250 one time. So, Sept Capital, one time, if you join with 200 people, we can raise how much? 50,000. Now, forget about it. Let's get a little crazy here. Okay? Let's say 500 people. Let's get a little crazy. 500, right? That gives you 100,000, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, now let's get a little wild crazy. Now, that 500 multiplied by another 500. One-time payment of $500. We're dreaming here, guys. So 500, 500, one time. How much is that? $250,000. So if we have 500 of us and we give each other 3 years, okay? We say you raise a $500 one-time payment. Now you tell me what can you do with $250,000, even in the United States of America? What can you do?
You can buy a house.
Right? Okay, so is it guys, that is what I'm saying. Let us think out loud here. Somebody pull the same thing again.
It's the baby.
And it's my son. Okay, so I'm going to sit down. But guys, is this something that we can do? Remember, 500 of us, giving ourselves 3 years to raise $500. One time, 3 years. No, maybe I'm getting a little crazy here with that amount. Maybe it's not 500, maybe $200, maybe $300. If we are able to put this together, forget it. We want to be safe, not non-risk takers. So we put it into a treasury bills. $250,000, 16%, no risk at all. 16% for a year. Can you do that for me, please? $250,000, 16% of that. Yeah. Yeah, 16. Ten is going to be 250, 25, right? 25. And then the 6.
I've actually never been to Vietnam.
Don't leave us. Let's make the play.
Hi, Nikki. Hi. Larry, Zoom no try me back on, Nikki. Yeah. That's great.